Two videos in one day. This has definitely been a double feature for you guys. But hello everybody, Tyrone the God 3 here, and welcome back to Dragon Ball Super Reviews. Today we'll be doing the review of episode 74 for the ones he loves, the unbeatable Great Saiyaman. This episode was really good. I liked it. Like I said, I always love Great Saiyaman stuff, but this was the pinnacle of Great Saiyaman stuff. I thought this was Great Saiyaman stuff at its prime. And this may be the one thing that Dragon Ball Super has done right that Z couldn't. But I feel like if Z had the opportunity, it could have surpassed it. But this is what happens when the primary focus is on Great Saiyaman. Great Saiyaman in the Majin Buu saga was just a lead-up thing to get Gohan blackmailed into entering the Otherworld tournament. I mean, not the Otherworld tournament, the World Martial Arts tournament. I'm sorry. But overall, I really liked everything that happened in this episode in terms of Great Saiyaman. And like I said, I also love how Goku was in the episode, but he only had a short moment. It was kind of, I want to say it was kind of messed up, but it wasn't like super intentionally messed up. It was a Goku-like thing to say, but it was kind of messed up considering it's Gohan, but I'll get into that later. The episode basically begins right where we left off. Jocko shoots his like super mega cannon, and the cannon blows up and sends Gohan and the others flying, and Great Saiyaman is trying to explain that he's Gohan, but Jocko is like not having it. But then Gohan finally takes off the mask, and then he's like, oh, okay, you are the Great Saiyaman. So then after that, Jocko ends up explaining about the Wadagashi. That's the parasite that's been clinging on to all of the people, and it gets stronger based on all of your hatred, ambitions, and things like that. Like, the whole Great Saiyaman situation that happened between this episode and last episode feels like a Spider-Man movie, but I'm talking like the original 1, 2, and 3 Spider-Mans, where it feels like kinda a little cheesy and comic booky, but it makes sense for the time that it's in. But anyway, so then after that, Jocko's like, yo, I'm going to keep searching, but I got to keep this on the down low. I only told you because, yeah, no, you were right there. So Gohan finishes his quote-unquote, air quote, date with Coco, and they end up practicing lines. And this leads to a part that's really heavy. And the reason I want to say this is because it's a little romance-heavy for someone who's already married to someone. And they did cross some lines, but I think it was more she started crossing lines, and Gohan just trying to, I love that it's Gohan, because it's Gohan just trying to pull everything together. He's not intentionally trying to be a player here. He's not trying to, put the moves on her. He's just trying to make everything right, and everything wrong is just happening simultaneously. Coco begins to doubt herself, because the whole reason she was doing this in the first place is to get some pictures with Gohan and Coco together. And when he has those two pictures together, then, he can basically put Gohan out there and be like, yo, your husband is a jackass, which will in turn ruin the family. So he's trying to be a home wrecker, basically. And when that happens, Coco was blackmailed into doing this because she is a pop idol who was casted for this movie, but it was also because her pop idol sales for like music and stuff have been declining. Our concert gigs have been declining. So Barry Khan, and I'm sorry I called his name Barry Sean in the last episode, it's Barry Khan, excuse me. Barry Khan is using that self-doubt that she's having to his advantage in order to exploit her if she doesn't do everything he wants her to do. But then after that, Gohan does some like prep talk with Coco, and they end up getting along better, and they end up working out the lines. However, Coco does end up catching feelings for Gohan, and does end up kissing Gohan. And this leads to some really messed up moments, because Gohan is caught on the picture with her kissing Gohan. Unfortunately, this leads to some worse things, because Barry Khan is now able to go in and give Videl these pictures like, yo, your husband's a scumbag. So when they end up getting home for the confrontation, Videl is basically like, yo, you're the lowest of low, trying to put my husband out there and make him seem like he's a bad guy. I know that there's probably some misunderstanding about this kiss thing, which Videl took that a lot easier than I thought she would. She's definitely mellowed down from the Videl that she used to be in Dragon Ball Z in the Majin Buu saga. So yeah, I guess it's kind of good to see that, but yeah. So it's good to see that she's matured up and she takes a big understanding. She's not quick to jump to conclusions like she would have been. So after that, Gohan basically tells Barry Khan, yo, you gotta leave, the commotion's causing Pan to wake up, and he still starts causing commotion. This is really cool. Gohan gets really aggressive for a second and just pushes him towards the wall. So when Barry Khan leaves, he's so pissed, the Wadagashi comes in and starts taking control of him. And I guess this is the perfect time for the Wadagashi to take control of him because he's so angry. And the reason he's angry is kind of dumb. It all started when he got rejected from Videl way back in the last episode. But that anger has fueled him to have a hatred for Gohan and his family, so much so that the Wadagashi's feeding on it all and making him super strong. He sneak attack and ambushes and knocks out Gohan. Now, either the Wadagashi's power influence is really strong, or Gohan was just severely weaker than he used to be, because there's no real reason why a common human, even powered up by the Wadagashi, should have been that strong to the point where he was able to wail on Gohan. I don't know if he was putting it on as an act or whatever. Hopefully he was, but if it's that, or the Wadagashi is just really powerful, like the Parasite is super powerful. So then afterwards we get a fight sequence, and as the fight goes out, Barry Khan gets stronger and stronger and stronger the more angrier he gets. So he starts to form into this giant like monster, and the two fight outside the city. Thankfully everybody's not freaking out because they think it's a part of the movie, because he's still Great Saiyaman while he's doing this whole thing. So when they think this is the part of the movie, the actual film casters come in and they start filming the whole thing as if it were the movie. So he was like, I feel inspired. So this whole battle's going on, and Gohan actually gets wailed up into the atmosphere, and we get sort of like, I want to say like a callback to Battle of Gods here, because Great Saiyaman is just sort of floating in the air like Goku did when he was about to lose against that giant destruction ball. But then he comes back down, and when he comes back down, he's Super Saiyan while still in the Great Saiyaman. And they actually thought of a name for it. Was like a Super Great Saiyaman, which I thought was kind of cool because it was all like an anime styled thing. It was kind of like it was parroting Dragon Ball Z while still being Dragon Ball. So we got some Dragon Ball Inception parodies going on, I guess. It looked kind of cool. I called it the Golden Saiyaman. I thought that was a better name because, you know, he's got the Super Saiyan Golden aura. So I thought that was really cool. So then he ends up using Kamehameha and knocks out Barry Khan, and the Wadagashi gets taken off, and Jocko's able to come in and scoop him up and take him back. And Gohan does tell everyone, as the Great Saiyaman, he's like, I held back so that Barry Khan wouldn't die. Which, okay, that makes a lot of sense. He held back his power so, you know, he wouldn't kill the guy. If he goes all out, obviously Barry Khan would die. And that couldn't go by well. Also, during this whole sequence, Coco is freaking out because she has feelings for Gohan. But it shows that Videl is the more mature woman here, because she's like, I know Gohan will win. And if I freak out, then that means Pan will freak out. So we believe in Gohan more than anything else. So then Gohan comes back down and wrecks his shit. So I thought that was kind of cool. Afterwards, everybody goes to see the movie, and when Goku comments he fell asleep through the whole thing. And I get why he did it, but it's because he's more of a fighter instead of a watcher of fights. But I kind of wish they didn't do that. Like a simple Goku patting Gohan on the shoulder and saying, yo, you did a great job, I think would have sufficed. But whatever. So then, and then basically after that, Coco threatens Barry Khan and is like, yo, if you spill the beans about Gohan being the Great Saiyaman, then I'll ruin basically your entire career. And that happens. So the episode is wrapped up in a nice little bow, and I think this was a nice arc for Gohan to have. So next time we meet, it's Goku and Krillin back to the old training ground. See you all then, everybody. Turn on the God 3 out.